Hey everybody, happy Thanksgiving to you from Team MK Fitness. You got Coach Jake and Coach Carl here today. And we just really wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to you and your family, and that we're just really appreciative and thankful to have a community of members as you. So thank you all so much for everything that you bring and your attitude and energy that you bring here to us. So thank you.
And on that note, so our awesome management team here has given us kind of an assignment. Over the next 30 days, we're actually starting this on Monday. It's called Attitude of Gratitude. We wanted to share that with you all today. We think it's a really cool, just kind of a program to kind of go through and talk about and think about. Not only, especially this time of year with the holidays coming around, being thankful for what we have, especially with what's been going on over this past year, kind of looking at things that I know I've seen a lot of people saying, don't focus on what we can't do, focus on what you can do. Don't focus on what you don't have, focus on what you do have, and just being thankful for that. And so part of this will be in the comments below, but it's this attitude of gratitude, just kind of a little journaling worksheet, just some writing prompts over the next 30 days. We're all going to be doing it, encourage you to do it with us. We're just going to kind of talk about a couple of the things that are kind of going over here. I know Jake's picked out a couple that he looked over, thought they were kind of neat. I've picked out a couple as well. And it's just things that kind of get you thinking, and to have that attitude of being grateful for what we do have, looking at what's around us, but as well as kind of being a little introspective and looking inward a little bit, because it's real easy to kind of, with everything going on, it's kind of easy to get a little down in the dumps, kind of focus on the negative, and just give you some positive feedback here. But yeah, you want to start us off, Jake?
Yeah, so the prompts that I chose for the days, we actually just started this, and we're doing this in order, but we kind of jumped ahead to see what topics stood out to us. So one question that got brought up to journal about was write something about your body and your health that you're thankful for. So I know you might think, most people that know me, maybe they think it's my biceps or my legs. I love leg day, but really it's things like the ability to walk. Not everybody gets that. The ability to see. Some people don't have that. I can hear music. I can smell smells. I can taste food. Just little things like that. I can use my physical ability to help other people, and not everybody has that. So sometimes just have to, we have to check our inventory and realize, like, hey, this is something we don't often think about, and it's worth a lot. It's definitely worth a lot. So I thank God every day that I have that ability to wake up, get myself up, and just appreciate those basic little things in life, really. So that's number one. The other thing that I looked at, this was actually at the end of the prompt. It's a 30-day journaling activity, and it asked, well, what did you learn about yourself at the end of that 30 days? I want to challenge you, and what I kind of thought about for myself was, what is something I learned about myself for this past year? And when I got thinking about that, I thought, there's a lot more to you than you realize. You might not realize you're undergoing a lot of hardship and a lot of uncertain things, and maybe you don't know what the future holds. And life is hard, everybody. Life is really hard, but in spite of all that, there's a lot more to you than you think. We don't realize just exactly what we're capable of until we undergo the tests and the trials that life wants us for. So I'm thankful that every time I think I can't get to that next level, I just find out, wow, I was able to do that. And that happens more and more often, and that just accumulates and compounds over time. And to think where I was at the beginning of this year, if that keeps happening, where am I going to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now? And that's something really exciting and something that just amazes me. And I challenge you at home to think about that yourself. What are some things you didn't realize that you could get through? What are some things that you thought, this is way too hard to handle, but you got through it anyway? So that's something that really I'm extremely thankful for, the fact that there's a lot more to me, even when I don't know why, I might not be so sure about what's going on. There's a lot more to you than you think, even if you don't understand it. So those are the two biggest things that really drove home for me. So, Carl, what do you have?
I just had a couple. Obviously, this time of year is all about traditions. Everybody has different traditions. A lot of people's traditions are changing this year. They're going to have to, unfortunately. But, we can always make new traditions. And that's one of the things in this prompt, looking at as far as tradition, the tradition that you're thankful for. I know one in particular, I kind of tried to stay outside of the holiday traditions. Hunting season for me, getting to go to our farm, our family farm, and hunt, spend time with my family doing that. Just getting out in nature and enjoying nature, even if it's by myself, doing that as well. So, that tradition, you can kind of look outside of that. I know a lot of times when we think about tradition, it's like, oh, well, tradition of Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever holiday, that you celebrate that, it's like, well, the traditions that go along with that. And just kind of thinking outside the box of, what are some traditions that you have? And what are some new ones that you can create and, be thankful for? And another one that I thought was interesting, and I really like this one, it's pretty early on in the prompt, is a mistake or failure that you're thankful for, which I think is something we don't often do and think about in a thankful way. It's like, oh, I made a mistake, I failed at that. And it's just really easy to be like, oh, I never want to do that again, or, it's the smudge that you just kind of want to try and ignore, when in all reality, we learn so much more from our failures and our mistakes. Because it burns a little mark there, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm not going to do that again. And just being thankful for that. And honestly, where does that direct you in life? In your failures and mistakes. I know looking and being, a little introspective and looking back, like there are several mistakes and failures that I'm very thankful for, because I wouldn't be and had success that I then had following if those failures and mistakes had not happened. So that was one that definitely I challenge you to take some time to look at that one and kind of think about that, because that's a really good one. And kind of a funny one here, but also serious. I started reading this question talking about a challenging person that you're thankful for. It's like, a challenging person. Of course, I immediately thought about my wife. But in a good way. We get in trouble for that one, I might. But people that challenge you, right? Being thankful for the people that push you outside of your comfort zones, that challenge you to be better, that challenge you to push yourself intellectually, physically, just in all of those aspects, just being thankful for those people. Because if you don't have people that are pushing you and challenging you, even though at the time, leave me alone, you're pushing me outside of my comfort zone, we don't grow if you don't have people pushing and challenging you. So, realizing that, appreciating that, being thankful for that is important. So I know you guys here challenge me every day. So it's awesome. It's a great environment and a great place to be. So just being thankful for that and realizing that. But we really do. We encourage you. Again, this will be in the comments below, so you can take a look. They're just short writing prompts. Encourage you to just take some time, look at each one each day. Really do take the time, just one a day over the next 30 days, and fill those out. It may be a sentence or two. You might find you're writing half a book. But really do. We challenge you and encourage you to do this, to really kind of take some time to think about each of these.
All right. Hey, again, we want to just wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you guys so much for all that you do for us here. See you guys next time.